Perfect, 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 perfect.
Hey, yo, what's going on, everybody? It is Thursday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and it's your boys, Mike and Mish, with the Mike and Mish Show. What up, Mike?
What is up, everybody? We are back, and we've got a lineup tonight like no other.
Like
I
no
am
other,
very
dude.
excited.
I am very excited to be here.
Yes, very happy.
We
Wow,
feel
we wah.
yeah, man. It's a great show tonight, and for reasons like we don't even have to say, but like the fact that we're getting the chat with the an all time great like Frankie Edgar is just like the cherry on top. But also yesterday in the news in the BKFC, we heard through the grapevine, and it got put out onto the social medias that we lost a fight that everybody was looking forward to on the BKFC 82 card. We happen to have one half of that fight booked for tonight's show, and he's still going to come on and he's going to
Yes.
explain to us what happened and why the fight is off the card. So, this is a great show. We're going to have Johnny Garbarino coming on. Unfortunately, he's not going to be fighting, but we'll actually find out, and everybody will finally get the gist or get the idea of what the hell is actually going on.
Yeah, we got Johnny Garbs, Johnny Cannoli. Mwah, 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 mwah. He will be coming on. He's gonna let us know what the hell's up. We were a little nervous. I mean, it really sucks that he's not fighting, but hey, we got him coming on the show. He's gonna spill the beans and let us know what the hell's going on here. It really does. That is a hit. That's a hit. The card is stacked. The card is stacked. I mean, next week is gonna be awesome in New Jersey. Very first bare knuckle BKFC card in New Jersey. It is going to be absolutely insane. But to have Johnny Garbarino on the card would have been that much better. He's an
Absolutely,
up
yeah.
and comer. He's a guy that's hyped. He's got some hype around him. I like his style. I like his attitude. I like his background. He fights good. I like his defense. I like to see him being built up. So it's very sad he won't be fighting.
Right.
But happy he'll be here tonight.
Absolutely. He could be like the next big thing for them. He's a ticket, he's a draw. He kicks ass in the ring. He's charismatic. He's got everything that they want to be like the next star for them. And it is unfortunate that he's not going to be on the card, but maybe he'll still show up at the card and hang out with us. I don't know. Maybe he'll show up with a box full of cannolis and be handing them out to the crowd in Newark, Yeah.
Yeah, I really hope so. I'll be right there with him. We could go pick up about 20 dozen cannolis and pass them suckers out. I did have a dream that he was going to fight, and at the end of the fight, we could toss some cannolis in the ring to him or on the walkout, and he could pass them, throw them out to all the fans. That would have
Yeah.
been cool. But
That
you know
would've
what?
been-
We'll save that for another day, right?
Right. He's here now. He's in the waiting room. So let's give a shout out to our sponsor real quick. You see him on our shirts here, the Full Blast Hold Nothing Back t-shirts, Full Blast Clothing. They are a clothing brand for the fighters and the fans. Hold nothing back and give it all you can in the ring and in life, I like to say, just like me and Mike. Go to fullblastclothing.com. Check out their line. Go to Instagram. Give them a follow at Full Blast Clothing on Instagram. Good guys. They are for the fighters. They're for the fans, and they make really comfortable shit. So, and be on the lookout for the Mike and Mish Full Blast collabo coming out very soon too. So
Yes.
we got that. And before we bring on Johnny Garb, I'm going to show the plaques real quick, Mike, because at some point during this show, I hope you guys know your Jessica Borga, Christine Ferea trivia, because we're going to give away these two plaques courtesy of the Extreme BKFC fans page. Those things are freaking awesome. Russ put out a video today. They're probably about, 8 or 9, maybe 10 inches tall, like long, by it looks like about 6 inches wide. Very nice, super high gloss, high definition pictures. That doesn't give it any justice, but they are autographed by the two women. I don't know how many of those actually exist in the world. Those could be the only ones. So absolutely awesome. Thank you to Russ and the Extreme BKFC fans page for that. We will be giving those away at some point today. Mike, why don't we go ahead and bring on Johnny Garb and see what's going on?
Without further ado, and right after this, we will be joined by Johnny Garbarino. Let's go.
Ravioli? Holy cannoli.
Oh man.
Holy cannoli!
Never asked for.
That's classic. Johnny Garb, thank you for coming on the show tonight, dude. I don't know if you heard the intro, but we're all very sad that we're not going to be able to see you on the Newark card next week. And, you know, we were worried that we weren't going to get you on here tonight because we didn't know what the hell was going on. So why don't you give us the rundown? What happened? Everybody was super excited to see you fight Roderick Stewart. Not happening now. So what's the deal?
So thanks guys for having me on, and a hell of an intro, I must say. All that being said, guys, yeah, I'm really, really disappointed, and you know, I'm really hurt that I can't you know, compete next week. Long story short, I had an injury, and you know, if I happen to compete, I don't think I'll have much of a you know, a chance in like going forward and fighting, you know, that well. I think I have to like really slow down and protect my ankle right now because I broke it, and it's basically what's going on. The other day I was actually, you know, I was doing my day job. I'm a public adjuster. I went to a fire, and it was a real busy scene, and I was walking on the block, and I guess I misstepped, but it was actually like a, you know, it was a defaulty curb. It was like a messed up curb on the sidewalk, and I rolled my ankle. It was a freak accident. I didn't even think I broke my ankle. I just thought I maybe sprained it, and you know, I continued to work. You know, I stopped for a second to check it out, but you know, because it did hurt. But you know, I continued to work. The next day, I woke up; it was blown up, and so I decided to rest it for a couple of days. I didn't tell anybody. I just talked to my team. I said, "Yo, I think I'm going to take a couple of days off." I tweaked my ankle, and you know, like 4 days went by, 3-4 days. I iced it. I elevated. I did, you know, what you normally do, and you know, it wasn't going away. So then I asked my chiropractor to send me over an MRI to get it checked out, because I thought I maybe like sprained the ligament or something, or some muscle tissue. And it turns out the next day when I got the result that it was broken. So, you know, I got a fracture, and you know, it is what it is. You know, I got to thank Roderick Stewart, because he actually he reached out to me yesterday, and you know, he wished me a speedy recovery, and hopefully me and him can, you know, run it in the future. You know, I'm sure he worked really hard. I worked really, really hard. I'm pretty much on weight right now. You know, I'm locked in, and I'm in the best shape of my life, and I just feel like I was super ready to take this fight. And especially, you know, I told everybody I wanted to make history and be on that first card in New Jersey, and you know, just really sad. It's a setback, but it's going to be a big setback for big comebacks come you know, Philadelphia in February.
This was going to be a big one for you, especially because you got some haters out there that say that you were kind of like spoon-fed a few easy fights, and Roderick Stewart is no easy fight. And I don't necessarily agree. You know, looking at your record, I don't know how easy your fights actually were. These are some tough dudes, but Roderick Stewart's on a 2-fight win streak, and he looked really good. I think he fought in Texas, right? He was down in Texas, and he fought. This would have been a real nice challenge, and a nice one to display your talents on a card like,
yeah,
you know, what that they have built with Perry and Jeremy Stevens and freaking Frankie Edgar. It's like incredible card to be on. It's got to be heartbreaking that you're not going to be on there. Yeah,
I'm not going to get too into it on here, but I mean, I have my time to, you know, have some like self-pity and be down on myself, but I'm looking forward to the future, getting healthy, and I'm going to be, you know, training really hard to get back.
Do we still get to enjoy a few cannolis in the crowd with you, though? I mean,
yeah. I'll probably bring some up. I'm going to go to the fight.
You got to go to the fights, right?
It's going to be a little depressing being on the sideline, but I'm definitely going to go support the other fighters and watch the show. I mean, it's too good of a show, you know, to miss. Can't miss
It's
it.
it's a fantastic show. Oh my God.
You know, when they announced that you were on this card, I got to be honest with you, I was a little surprised that you weren't being announced for the Rome card a couple weeks later. You know what I mean? I thought for sure Gabriel was going to get you on that card over there, but you pop up on this one, and you know, either one of them would have been massive for you. But you got the broken ankle now. What does the recovery time look like? Did your doctor tell you, or do you not know yet?
I'll say this: I actually believe at this point that God's slowing me down for whatever reason. I don't know the reason. Maybe I'll thank him in a year's time or 6 months, and I'll say, "Wow, thank God that happened." Maybe he's protecting me from something. I don't know. I'm happy to be where I'm at, and you know, the recovery 6 to 8 weeks from now. I'll be in this boot 6 to 8 weeks, and then you know, we have rehab after that, and then I'll be strong. That's all I could do is look to the future. You know, I was planning on, you know, beating Roderick Stewart in Newark, going to Rome possibly, and then coming all the way back here and possibly fighting for a title or another fight. But you know, I don't know what God has in store for me, and I'm, you know, just gonna roll with the punches. You know what I mean? We're fighters. We roll with it. It's life.
Have you ever had ankle injuries in the past, or is this like the first major one that you've ever had?
Nah, listen, I mean, you know, I'm 30 years old now, but
Yeah.
running around my whole life on construction sites, playing every sport possible, especially hockey. I actually feel like I have really strong ankle support from hockey specifically, and a lot of barefoot sports like MMA and gymnastics.
So you're good. You were good up until now.
Yeah. It was, like I said, it was a freak accident. I didn't even know I broke my ankle. I would have been like, wow, you know, I had no idea. When they told me it was fractured, I was like, what are you talking about? Like,
Right.
Yeah. There's
Yeah.
no,
Yeah. Like, what
you
the
know?
hell?
I
Are
have
you
stability.
serious?
All my ligaments, thank God. And here's the good news. The good news is all my ligaments are stable, you know, which is, you know, it could have been a lot worse. If it was an ACL, you know, or Achilles or something like that, you're talking a year and a half recovery.
Sure.
So, you know, with surgery. And right now I just got to be thankful for what it is.
Kind of reminds me of like the Tony Ferguson. Remember when Tony Ferguson was going to fight Khabib and he like was walking to an interview and like rolled his ankle on a friggin' wire?
It was on like an extension cord.
Yeah, like a cable on the ground.
Yeah,
Wild
it just
shit
wasn't
like that
meant to
always
be.
happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's crazy too because like you guys are extremely fit. Like you said, you haven't had any issues or anything, and then just something like that happens, and then it's like just control the whole universe out of whack, just
Couldn't believe it.
out of nowhere.
It's life. It ain't fair. You know, it is what it is. You just,
Yep.
I got some good news though. Yesterday, you know, it's oddly enough, I got put in a cast yesterday and, or a boot, and I wound up settling on a building. We went to closing yesterday. So I bought my first property.
Oh, cool.
You know, so, I mean, I got to be happy and grateful about some things, you know what I mean? This is on hold, but my other businesses are, you know, continuing to thrive, and I'm doing really well. So.
Yeah,
Is it something like a multi-family, or are you putting a business in it? Like, what is it?
There was actually there was a bakery in South Philadelphia that burned down, and you know, I had an opportunity to purchase the property, so I did.
Are you going to start a bakery?
I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm, you know, I don't want to put it out there yet, but
Sure.
exciting. I think definitely a consumer goods store or some sort of restaurant, you know, something you can get food or coffee or something like that.
Yeah.
And, you know, because I got a big passion for culinary arts. I went to culinary school for 6 years. It's a big part of my life.
We always see the videos and the Snapchats and everything. You got some really, really, you cook as good as some restaurants that you see out there. So it's very impressive.
I ran a lot of big restaurants. I worked in a lot of big restaurants. So I think it's time I have my own. You know, Johnny Cannoli Cafe, possibly.
Yeah. Hey, I'll be there.
As
build
they
it,
say.
they will come.
Yep.
What'd you say,
he
Kyle?
Says Ben has I have a question for Johnny. He is a great cook. What's the best restaurant in Naples, Florida?
Oh, have you ever been to Naples?
Okay, Naples, Florida. I got to go, and I know there's a ton of new ones. I lived there a couple of years ago when I trained at Team Evolution.
Oh.
I would say Osteria Tulia. I think that that's probably my favorite. I used to go there a lot. Or Bartulia. Really?
Osteria Tulia.
I'll have to go there. My in-laws live down there. My father-in-law goes. I don't know if it's in Naples. There's this Mario's Deli over there where we get catered. My wedding was down there. We had some parties before and after, and we always get everything catered from this Italian deli that
That's awesome.
my father-in-law, he has to go. He moved from Rhode Island. I'm from Rhode Island, and very Italian up here. And he's like, we got to go to Mario's Deli. It's the best around here.
Oh, listen,
Have to.
shout out to Jimmy P's too. Jimmy P's, yeah, totally opposite. Like I'm talking, steakhouse versus Italian food. But they do all their own butchering. It's like an American style Wagyu, Australian Wagyu. It's unbelievable. It really is.
There you go.
Wow.
Then you better hit it up.
Meet Jimmy
There
P.
you go.
Ritulia.
Yeah, well, Johnny, I'm glad you're what they say, one door closes, another door opens. You're not fighting, but you did close on that property, and that's a new venture in your life. And it seems like you're living your best life right now. With your girl, and you guys are traveling. You're going all over. Were you just in Italy? Where were you just at?
I was in Italy the past, I think past 2 months. I was there both months, and then I'll be back next month for Rome.
When are you going to purchase a piece of property out there?
I'm actually, I was going to buy a house in Calabria, and because they are dirt cheap, number one, but I think Calabria is definitely in the future for me. If not, like I don't know, Tropea, Calabria, Napoli, Ischia area, like Gulf di Napoli. My buddy just bought a house in Rome. I got a lot of friends that bought a lot of houses all over, so I got to just, I don't know, I got to keep traveling and see where I want to go.
Well, keep your spirits up, man. You got a lot of people that were pulling for you in this fight. A lot of people were excited to see you. So when you get back, I'm sure you'll be better than ever. So
I want to make something real clear. I never really I never even have an interest to answer a lot of people's questions. Like you were saying earlier, there's a lot of haters on the internet.
Oh yeah.
And as my following's, growing, I'm noticing a lot more. Right. So I think I have 100,000 followers at this point.
Damn.
That it just continues to grow, and a lot of great things are said, but then 1 out of 1,000 guys will be like, he never fought anybody, or he's scared or whatever. But there's one person, I think it was on Reddit, BKFC. Someone sent it to me today. I don't know him. I never met him. I don't really care to know him. Whoever said this, I think it's complete bullshit. They made a statement saying it's the second time I ducked a fighter, and specifically, Roderick Stewart. So I'm sure you guys talked to Roderick. He was a true gentleman to me when he texted me. Ask him straight up. Say, Johnny Cannoli ever duck you? Because I never signed a bout agreement with the guy. No one ever mentioned him to me before, and I'll say that about anybody in life. I never duck a fucking soul. I'll fight anybody, any weight, anytime, any size, any color. It don't matter. I'm never ducking anybody, and I just want to put that out there. That's all.
Some haters on the internet.
Everybody's
never ends.
I call them keyboard warriors.
Keyboard warriors, man. That's what it is. The people that can type away and they can say what they want, but they'll probably never live a second in your shoes. So
never.
That's all there is,
They couldn't hold my fucking jock. And all that being said, I'll be at Newark. If any fighter, any coach, any interview guy, anybody off the street, doesn't really matter. I'm saying this with the utmost respect. If you have something to say, come to me, say it to my face. I'll probably be front row at the Newark fights. Come to me and say it to my face. We could take a walk. I'll go to the bathroom with you. No cameras. I don't give a fuck.
Yes.
Hey,
I'll tell you what.
You gotta be easy on that boot, though, Johnny.
I don't. Listen,
be easy on the boot.
With the boot.
Beat someone with the boot.
Put the boot on. We could do the bare knuckle fight.
I'll beat somebody with the boot.
I can't take the boot off.
Oh, damn it. I say, hand me the boot, Johnny. Hand me the boot. I'll take care of these guys.
Question from the audience. They asked about training with Jorge Masvidal. What was it like training with Masvidal? And, with your experience with him, do you think you'll ever see him in the BKFC?
Listen, you never know. I know David better get his checkbook if you're going to get Jorge on the card because
Yeah.
you know, he's up there and he deserves it. You know, he's a legend, especially bare knuckle. He was one of the original guys that I looked up to when I was a young kid. I used to watch him on the you know, the backyard boxing, Kimbo Slice street beefs, you know, all the way back in Miami. I knew Masvidal probably going on 6-7 years now. We were signed to the same management team, first round management. And I trained with him at ATT a couple times with Bo Nickel. And, you know, when Bo was getting ready for his fights and Masvidal was getting ready for Usman, I could just say nothing but great things about him. He's a great person. I love that he's a true conservative, man of God, and he's a hard worker. You know, there's rumors, you know, we were actually just talking the other day that he was going to be fighting on the White House lawn if they you know, continue to keep planning that and do that fight card. So I would love to see that. And you know, I continue to talk to George all the time.
I'm sure he would be more than honored to fight on that White House lawn. He's a big Trump guy too, so like
Awesome.
that would be insane. With the card that they're talking about putting together there, like you just said, the checkbook for the UFC is going to be freaking large that night for sure.
But it's going to sell out.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I think they said like 5,000, right? Is that what it was? 5,000. So it's not gonna be a lot of people. I don't know. I mean, are they only gonna let like big timers in there? You know what I mean? Or are they gonna do like, you know, support the troops? You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get in there. This is the one time I might use a hey, can you help me out with this type of
Yeah,
thing?
we're
Like,
military.
hey, I think you owe me something. Can I get in just this one thing, please?
You know what? Somebody was, it might have been my father the other day, was like, hey, you're going to try to get on. It might have been him. It was somebody very close to me. Maybe somebody in my family was like, are you going to get into that White House card? I'm like, well, we cover BKFC. I go, I suppose we could apply for media credentials and our background checks would probably clear us, to be honest with you.
For sure.
For sure. Like being 20, I'm 24-year vet, almost 25-year veteran. Mike's got 18 years. We're both master sergeants in the Army. I feel like
that.
Yeah, I feel like they would review our media credential application and be like, yeah, let these two fools in. You know what I mean?
I got to pull some strings. I'm not going to name names. I know a couple guys that work at the White House, and I don't know. You never know. I would love to
pull them all. Pull all the strings to get in there, Johnny.
That's the one. I'm going to pull some favors.
I feel like you just have to. That's going to be an amazing card.
I would love to see Jorge Masvidal versus Colby Covington. I think Michael Chandler versus Conor McGregor would be a great one. I think John Jones. Yes. I don't really know who could possibly fight him and be on his level. I don't even know right now. It would
have to be Tom Aspinall, but Tom Aspinall already has the fight lined up with Cyril Gane, so he's got to beat Cyril Gane, which, you know, he probably will.
I was at the fight when he put Cyril Gane out with the guillotine.
Right.
Oh,
so
yeah.
They're going to fight again, right? In the meantime, they're going to fight again. So as long as
management's box watching it.
So as long as Tom Aspinall wins again against Cyril Gane, I would imagine like that is an easy one to line up right there. As long as the price tag's right, you know.
And Bo Nickel too. Bo Nickel.
Yes.
Maybe Joe Pyfer and Bo Nickel.
I'm trying to think of some real
all-American boys. I think Dana has a spot in his heart for both of them, and I think Donald Trump absolutely adores Bo. So I just think it works. You know,
if John Jones fights, listen, I think he'll win the fight anyways. But you cannot. First of all, take his first loss, but second of all, you cannot lose.
Mm-hmm.
That fight, you have to win. I mean, that's America. You know, you got to win.
Yeah,
you can't lose. That's a lot of pressure. That's a lot of pressure on the people who are Americans by this card. They have to win, because for this card, other cards might not be so much about that. But you're fighting in the White House lawn, and you're an American. You better win that damn fight.
I hope all these fights come through. I'll be the new matchmaker for UFC.
I can't imagine the stress level of putting on a show of that magnitude at that place, like in the White House with all the friggin' security they got to build. Did you see like the rafters or the lights that you're going to build there? And I can't even imagine the stress level. And then the level of talent that's on the card and they've all got their own, behind the scenes workings, and they're not on the card. They're on the card. Who's getting hurt? Who's not? Like, it's who wants more? Who wants? It's going to be nuts.
The security is going to be at the highest point ever. It's going to be the most secured event probably in history. I remember when Pope Francis came here, I was with the Teamsters and the stagehands. We were working in the union. It was like either one day with them doing forklifts or the other ones doing stage rigging work. And there was so much security and so many days of work. And it was a tight event. So I could only imagine what would be done in the White House. It'd be pretty big production.
Yeah, man. I'm excited.
Just to get on the property, I would think that they would have to. I would think that 5,000 people are going to be there, but it's got to be like almost invite only, and they got to background check every single person that's going on.
Everybody,
every single person. So that it's an insane event to put on. It's unbelievable.
There won't be any last second comp tickets. I'll tell you that. That's not happening.
It might be invitation only. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
There's too many free radicals out there. I think they have to be really, really careful with how they. Especially with like what happened with Charlie Kirk the other day, and like everybody's thinking like it's just a high stress like environment anymore with politics.
Yes, it's really, really, really crazy. It's boiling way over right now.
For sure.
Absolutely.
We don't like it. We don't like it at all.
Yeah.
Not at all.
You guys, you're going to be at the event, right?
We will be there.
Yes.
We'll see you there. 100%. We'll hang out, and we'll figure out how the three of us are going to get into the White House while we're there. All right. When we're there, we'll plan our next move while we're in Newark,
guys.
Yeah.
We'll be there for the whole thing. We'll be there because they're having a presser on Thursday. They got weigh-ins on Friday, and
I might come up for that.
So we'll be there for all of them. So we'll definitely have to get together on some stuff. I really wish we made it the day after when we went to Philly for I think it was Knucklemania 5 when we went to that. You had gone out the next day with Beck, but you were like, "Hey, is it Antonio's? Is that what it is? What's the pizza place?"
We're at here
in Philly. Yeah.
Oh, Angelo's. Yeah.
Angelo's.
I was teaching how to say mozzarella.
That's right.
How's it going?
Oh my God. I wanted to go there so bad. When we saw that afterwards, I was like, damn, we fucked up. We should
know what it is? When you're in camp, you try not to eat like bread for like 2 months.
Yeah.
You got to make weight and stuff. And we actually went there at the same time. We were thinking of the same thing. Cheat meal,
Yep.
Right.
That was awesome.
Mike, that was the place we were gonna go to.
We were gonna go.
The line was like down the street and around the corner. We were like, we don't have time for this. So.
We just had a limited amount of time. We did not have time to wait in the line. We had to eat, so we just had to go somewhere else. Yeah, it was unfortunate. We'll get there though. There'll be more.
Take these Skinny Steaks. It's right across the street from my house.
Next time, for sure. And I'm sure they're going to be in Philly 2 or 3 times every year going forward, seeing how it's like headquarters for them. So
definitely.
Johnny, I want to thank you so much for coming on here tonight and like breaking the news to everybody, because everybody was really like, Mike and I will get messages from people a lot because they expect us to know everything. And we do know a lot of the time, but I'm like, I don't know anything. Like I heard somebody said you may have broke your leg. And I'm like, I don't know if he broke his leg. I just saw a picture of him with his feet in a fucking ice bath like 2 hours ago. So I'm like, I don't know anything about that.
Recovery and like I said, I didn't even know it was broke, so I didn't have a cast or anything. But listen, freak accident, life happens, but we'll be back.
You'll be back. We'll see you in New Jersey next week. Do you have any final words for the viewing audience and for anybody that is feeling some sort of way about the fight getting canceled? So take a minute, say some things, and we'll let you go.
Listen, I can apologize for the unfortunate circumstances that we're in right now. I know a lot of people, I think 20,000 people are going to go to this event. A lot of them were looking forward to seeing me on there, put on a show. But like I said, I'm going to be back. Don't count me out. I just need some time to, get back on my feet, and that's it.
All right, brother. Well, Heal up. Congratulations on the new property purchase. Do great things. Continue enjoying your life with your. Are you guys married yet, or are you still engaged?
May 16th, we get married.
May 16th. So you're with you.
Yep.
May 16th next year.
Yeah.
Yeah. We got a lot of time to plan that thing out, man.
A lot of good things in my life coming right.
All right. Well, you keep enjoying yourself. Thank you for coming on here, Mike. Do you have anything else for Johnny Cannoli?
Wow, man. Sad that you're not fighting, but very happy that we're going to see you this week. So we'll have a lot of fun, or next week, rather. We're going to have a lot of fun at the fights, and maybe we'll just chuck a bunch of cannolis into the crowd. Why not? That would be very fun. I envisioned your life for you before, and at work, me and Kyle work full time for the Army, and we work together. This is what we do on breaks. We get together, and I'm like, you know what would be really cool is if we bought a bunch of cannolis, and when Johnny walks out, he's throwing cannolis into the crowd. Wouldn't that be great? I've come up with a lot of things that you were going to do without even talking to you. So that's what I do.
Awesome.
So, hey, man. Hey,
yeah. You didn't know that you were going to do that. You didn't know it, but that
we
was
planned it. It was happening. Thank you so much for coming on. We'll see you next week, man. Take care. Have a great night. All right.
Thank you, guys.
Everybody else, we'll be right back after this.
All right.
Later, Johnny. Is it on?
Mike, if you're watching this, just a message from the boys at BKFC. Jay, keep up the good work, buddy. Keep it up. We're all watching. I can't think. I'm ready. I want to go get the pizza.
Yeah, where's that pizza?
Yeah, fuck you, Mike. Actually, fuck you. Fuck you, Mike.
Keith the Rockstar Richardson, Bantamweight World Champ. You're taking enough of a break from watching porn to watch the Mike and Mish Show.
You gotta take that break.
Hey,
you gotta take a break sometimes.
I just resent the invite to Frankie. The link wasn't working, so I just resent it to him now. While we're waiting for him to come in, why don't we drop one of the questions for the...
Oh, let's do a questionnaire.
Yeah, let's give away the Ferea plaque first. All right, guys. So while we wait on Frankie,
bring this picture up right here like this.
Bring up the picture. And now all you got to do now, do we want to lay out some ground rules here, Mike? If you guys win one, can they win both?
No,
can they try to win both?
I would say you cannot win both, right? So we have two winners. Let's spread the love. And number two, if you are a freaking coach of a fighter for BKFC, or if you fight for BKFC, you cannot win these. And the reason being is that you have access to all these people just like we do all the time. So let's spread the love to the fans and allow them to win these beautiful, beautiful plaques from Extreme BKFC fans page. Let's go. I hope you guys understand the rules.
What the hell is going on here? Hold on a second, Mike.
All right, I'll get the question going on here.
All right.
So, are we doing the Ferea one first? Is that what we said?
Yep.
All right, let's do the Ferea question. Everybody listening and paying attention, how many times has Christine Ferea successfully defended her BKFC flyweight championship title? So, first person to guess the correct answer will win the signed plaque by a Misfit. Let's go. And I will be following, and I will let you know as soon as somebody wins, I will bring it up on the screen, okay? So, and it's defended, right? So she fought, she won, she defended. You get what I'm saying? So, Here we go. Kyle, how are things in the Frankie Edgar world? Is the link working? These links sometimes.
Yeah, I'm trying something different now.
Trying something different. All right, so let me take this picture off the screen. I believe we do have a winner, so bear with me. Let's take this down. Let me take this question off the screen here. I'm going to get back to the comments because I did see the answer pop up. So everybody can stop guessing because somebody did win. I saw it real quick. So now I'm going to have to go back and see who said it first. And we had 9 from Big Ben, 6 from David Shipley. Bowls, beers, brawls. They said 6. Ben's still guessing. But the first person to say 5 was Wesley Kill Eagle. He is the winner of the plaque, the signed plaque from Extreme BKFC fans page? And the answer would be 5. And there are the fights right there. Starling, Rawlings, Masan Wong, and Vicens. There you go. Enjoy that plaque. It's very beautiful. Probably one of a kind, unless he got a couple made, because we know our boy Russ, man, when he comes correct. And that guy be making a whole bunch of, I like to call him the BK. What did I call him? BKFC's Martha Stewart. That's what it is. He is BKFC's Martha Stewart. That guy is just making all sorts of arts and crafts and shit. I don't know how the hell he does it. But he made it, and he made it for you. So congratulations, Wesley. Hope everything's going good out there. And what do you call that? Big Sky, Montana, right? You're from Montana, right, sir? Still running the MMA and bare knuckle leagues out there, I hope. We haven't actually been to Montana yet. That's one place that we have not been. There's been so many cards, and we have not been to Montana. I know they've had so many cards out there too. I almost can't even believe we haven't been out there yet. That's one place that we haven't been that I really, really, really want to go to.
I'm trying something different here. If you want to ask, because the link is not working, so I'm trying to send it to him through different channels right now.
Yep.
And hopefully one of them works. But you want to do the Borga one?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do the Borga one. I'll bring the picture back up on the screen so you guys can see. Jessica, Black Widow Borga, signed plaque. Let's do this. I'm going to bring up a question here. And actually, why don't we hold off on it? Because I just saw Frankie Edgar did pop up in the virtual green room. So we're going to skip the Borga plaque right now. We're going to hold that off to the end. So if you want to win that signed plaque by the champ, Jessica Borga, hold off until after our interview, and you can win it. So, Kyle, you ready? I'm ready. You're ready. And I have a question. We're about to have the answer. Let's go.
Fought in 3 divisions. UFC Hall of Famer, former lightweight champion. Fought in 3 divisions, lightweight, featherweight, bantamweight. Was in the UFC for 16 years. You know, well, I was definitely a heavy boxer in my martial arts career. I threw a lot of punches. I had a lot of significant strikes landed in UFC history. You know, I took the leap into bare knuckle. It was kind of a perfect storm. Them coming to Jersey for the first time. My body's feeling good. I'll be honest, for the first time I saw BKFC, I was super intrigued. It's a very raw, intense battle. To get to go at it against another Jersey boy and Jimmy is, it's awesome. You know, we're a very competitive bunch here in Jersey. Even though I consider Jimmy a friend, we're going to go out there and we're going to fight to see who the best guy is in Jersey right now. And it's a little clash of North Jersey versus Shore a little bit. Yeah, I think this fight's going to bring action. 100% from me, 100% from Jimmy. I might stay in the middle and be in that middle the whole 5 rounds. October 4th, you're going to see the most resilient, persistent Frankie Edgar you've ever seen.
There he is. Thank you so much for coming on here, Frankie Edgar. Resilient and persistent. That would pretty much describe you throughout your entire damn career now, wouldn't it?
Yeah, a little bit, man. I think so.
Just had a fight with the Lynx.
Right.
And you won.
You know, and I apologize for that. You know how the internet is, and these links absolutely suck sometimes. So thanks for giving us a little bit of your time. We're so excited. Like, me and him are obviously huge fans of yours, been diehard MMA fans forever. BKFC came around. Me and Mike ended up getting on a podcast for them, and we've been traveling with them, covering with them for 5 years now. And for them to keep bringing in these big names that they keep doing, it just blows us away every single time. And then all of a sudden, boom, they're in freaking Jersey, and they announce Frankie Edgar is going to be on the card. I gotta tell you, man, we were stoked to say the least.
Yeah, I'm fired up, man. It's cool to get back in here, back in the hunt. You know, being out for a little bit, definitely. You know, I got to heal up, I guess you could say. So, you know, it feels fresh right now. So
you retired from the UFC in 2022, right? 2022. So it's been three years. But you haven't been like retired. You know what I mean? When people retire, you're not sitting on a beach somewhere sipping and freaking Mai Tais. You are podcasting. You have a school. You're coaching. Like, you have a big family, you got a bunch of kids. It seems like retirement for you has been a very busy life.
Yeah,
Right?
I'm more busy now than I've ever been, honestly. Like fighting was easy, you know. Just having to worry about training and fighting is the easy part. Now with the, my kids are in. I got 2 kids in high school. My daughter's in elementary school. I got I'm running a jiu-jitsu, MMA, Muay Thai school. Staying busy doing that stuff. But I like staying busy, and yeah, this was added a little more stress to the day, but I'm enjoying the process.
Did like your retirement teach you like a new identity about yourself?
I don't think so. I kind of was, I lived in the gym. I live in the gym now, so nothing's really changed. I still get up in the morning, work out every day. Now I'm just not, well, before this fight, it wasn't, working out for a purpose. I was just working out just because that's just what I do every day, now it's kind of, having that purpose gives you a little bit more, drive, I guess. But, yeah, I was always in it.
So over the last 3 years, doing all the stuff that you're doing in your retirement, what was it? Was it the fact that it's coming to Jersey, or were you interested in the BKFC before? What was it that got you to come out of retirement and take this fight?
Yeah, I think the fact that they came in Jersey, someone from BKFC hit me up on Instagram talking about maybe getting some people on my podcast, and I'm like, yeah, definitely. And then they kind of threw like a vague message, like, hey, if you want to do something, let us know. And I kind of thought that's what they were implying, but I kind of let it go. And then he reached out again a couple weeks later, a week later, and said it again. And I hit up my management, and he said he's actually, Ali said he's actually sitting down with Dave, in Philly the next day. I'm like, all right, well then let's do that. Why don't you guys have a chat? And that's kind of how it went down.
Yeah. Well, everybody knows Frankie Edgar, and like I said at the beginning, when they announced that you were on this, I'm like, holy shit. Now, did Jimmy Rivera was Jimmy like also intriguing to you, or like was it the fact that they were coming to New Jersey, or did it have to be the perfect opponent as well?
I said yes before I knew who the opponent was, and then it turned. It's a funny story actually. Is Jimmy? I'm buddies with Jimmy. I had him on my podcast. We've trained together in the past. Obviously, we run into each other pretty frequently here in Jersey, and he reached out to me because even on my podcast we were talking about bare knuckle. He's saying, "Oh, you should try it." I'm like, "I don't know, this and that." And he reached out to me. He said, "Hey, are you trying to fight bare knuckle?" I'm like, "Yeah." I'm like, we're trying to work something out." He's like, "Oh, that's awesome." And I text him. I say, "Hey, if something works out, I'll hit you up for some tips." And then he ends up being the guy I'm fighting. So I text him again. I was like, "Hey, I guess you're gonna get to show me tips in real time, brother."
Yeah, you tell him you're gonna get just a tip. That's it.
Yeah, just a tip.
What? So you say you're stepping in. You say, "Hey, I'm stepping into bare knuckle fighting." What do your family and friends think about this? What do they do?
Yeah, no, I mean, my family definitely was not down with it, but I'm a good persuader, I guess. And, my team's my team. They ride with me no matter what,
Sure. Yeah, you had to schmooze a little schmoozing.
Yeah,
get them
that's all.
into it.
That's all.
Hey, look.
I made sure she won't leave me, so I'm good to go.
Hey, you don't have. You know what we hear from a lot of fighters that come from MMA and go to bare knuckle is they're so happy that they don't have to wrestle anymore.
100%, dude. I mean, I made a point to stay off the mats, just to kind of stay healthy and just focus on one thing. So I haven't been grappling or wrestling in, past 6 weeks. So my body's healing up a little bit.
Right, and you don't have to worry about elbows or knees or feet or anything.
Yeah,
like
everyone
that.
talks about, bro, you're gonna get hit with a bare fist. I'm like, yeah, but you get hit with bare knees, shins, and elbows. That's probably worse.
We say that all the time. A shin bone to the forehead is a lot worse than a fist. It's crazy.
Absolutely.
People don't think that way.
Absolutely.
We had the doctor from BKFC, whom you will meet, Dr. Muzi, right? And he's been traveling with them and collecting data. And that's what they use when they go around and they talk to the commissions, right? And he came on the podcast and he was like, listen, this is how I describe it. He was like, if you watch football and you watch a kicker kick a field goal, he was like, try to punch that ball through the
right,
uprights, right? Think about the difference between kicking the ball through the uprights and punching the ball through the uprights.
Absolutely.
It's way different.
Absolutely.
So, hey, inherently dangerous, sure, but
Yeah.
kicking is insane.
You know, I think his appearances, you know, it looks a little bloodier. You know, guys get cut a little easier and whatnot, but
Yeah,
you know, that's what kind of makes it fun too.
sure.
But also everybody that comes over and tries it seems to just fall in love with it. And maybe it is the aspect of like you don't have to worry about all this other stuff. All you gotta do is throw hands. Big Ben Rothwell, you know Ben.
Oh yeah.
He's been on here a whole bunch of times. He's the heavyweight champ right now. He was like, this is a second career for me. He's like, this is not me like finding something to do in retirement. This is me like finishing a 20-year career and then starting another one. And I can make a whole full career out of this because all I got to do is punch people and not get hit.
Right. Absolutely.
It's absolutely crazy.
Do you look at this as like a second career, or is this like a challenge for you? You're going to try to keep going, or you're going to feel it out first and then maybe make a decision?
I'm going to feel it out. You know, obviously, like I said, my family isn't so 100% behind this, so that'll take some more persuading. But, you know, I feel this camp has been great. I feel very good. I feel healthy. So, you know, I mean, as long as I go out there and I perform well, I mean, I don't see why I wouldn't do it again.
Yeah.
I
think you'll love it. You're going to love it. We love it so much.
So Tom's River, right? Mike and I have both been to Tom's River before. We're both in the Army. We're in aviation. So I used to go down to Lakehurst to the aviation facility down there a lot. And I stayed in Tom's River a few times. How far is Tom's River, or if you're still are you still around that area? I don't know.
I'm still in Tom's River. Yep.
Still in Tom's River. Is that like right up the street from Newark? I'm not even positive.
It's like an hour from Newark.
Okay. And where's Jimmy from? Jimmy's from Long
Jimmy
Island?
I think he's originally from Bergen County. So he's close. Yeah.
So he's close too. That's crazy that you guys are gonna freaking throw down in Jersey. It's just absolutely crazy.
At the Prudential Center.
I got to tell you, you know, Tom's River. I have like a really wild story about Tom's River, and it's my only Tom's River story. I'm going to tell this to you.
Let's hear it.
So my buddy and I are down there doing a mission for the military. We're bringing aviation equipment down there, and we're doing stuff down there. So we're staying at this hotel. We pull out of the hotel and we stop, and there's this guy standing in, like, you know, like when you're getting on a highway, there's like a triangle of grass, like right there. Yep. There's a dude standing there, and we're sitting at like the yield sign to like merge onto the expressway, and the dude's like staring at us. This motherfucker turns and dives out in front of a painting truck, right?
Wow.
I swear to God, I should be laughing about this, but he turns and
I'm laughing.
Dude, he straight up dives, and this truck hits him, and he goes flying down the highway, like he goes flying down. So my boy Larry and I, like, we were like, holy shit. So we pull up next to him, we jump out of the truck, and we go running over there, and the dude's like mangled on the freaking ground. And we're like, holy shit. The dude gets out of the paint truck. He's stoned out of his fucking mind. He's like, bro, I didn't even see that, dude. we're like,
hey,
you didn't do anything wrong. He wanted you to hit him.
Right.
Him everything's gonna be okay. The police came, ambulance came. It was just like the wildest story. Then we went to Quaker Steak and Lube and got some wings. And the bartender's like, so how's your time here so far? We're like, oh, we just watched this guy get hit by a paint truck. It was kind of
like kill himself.
I don't know if the dude died. He was alive on the ground, but he was just mangled. It was crazy.
That's you're probably talking about Route 37, bro. People get hit on that road all the time, even though that guy sounded like he wanted to get hit.
Yeah.
Stay off of Route 37. If you're listening to this, you better stay off that route.
Yeah, it was like a Tuesday too, and we're like, me and him are sitting at the bar, and we're like, what is there to do around here on a Tuesday night? And the guy's like, go to Delilah's Den, bring your own beer.
BYOB.
It's a juice bar. It's a juice bar, they call it.
It was a freaking wild time down there in Tom's River. I gotta tell you, man.
A little notorious.
That
I
place,
stayed there. I
that
have
place is
no,
notorious, or what?
no such.
Tom's you know, I mean, it's close to seaside. You know what I mean? So right over the bridge. We're close to the shore.
What does that
What?
mean to guys like me from Rhode Island that had never been in New Jersey?
Well, like people in New Jersey, they don't go to the beach; they go to the shore. You know,
Sure, like the Jersey Shore, yeah.
Jersey Shore. So I consider, I don't like Jimmy's been saying North Jersey versus South Jersey, but I consider myself the shore. So we consider shore versus North Jersey.
I see.
Okay. So Tom's River is near Jersey Shore?
Yeah,
Like-
right over the bridge. Right over the bridge. Yeah.
Dude, I've been down there. Like I went down to that facility like probably 5 or 6 times. I never knew we were that close. We would have gone down there and like checked it out. Maybe
I guess we know what we're doing now.
Yeah.
GTL.
Yeah. This event, right? When they contacted you for the event, did you know that Perry and did you know like the other names that were going to be on that?
I didn't at first. No, I didn't at first. And then when they told me that, I was like, oh my God, it's a banger of a fight. I mean, Perry's just been killing it in this sport. And obviously, you know, Jeremy Stevens been doing really well too, man. So this is a good one.
Yeah, it's going to be fantastic. And I wanted to ask you this. You said that on your podcast, the champ and the tramp, right? The champ and the tramp. What does Roger think about BKFC? Is he into
He's down. Yeah, he's down. You know, I don't think we'll ever get him in the ring, but but he's down to come and he'll be in the building.
Nice. What I was going to say, you said you were talking about the BKFC on your podcast. You had Jimmy on. Have you been following the sport? And besides watching Jimmy, are you familiar with a lot of the fighters? Or
yeah, I mean Eddie Alvarez is a teammate and a really good friend of mine. So obviously, throughout his whole time with BKFC, I was heavily watching that stuff. But yeah, I mean, if they're on, I'm watching them. You know what I mean? They're super entertaining fights. Just past Yoel's that card Yoel just had. I mean, dude. Finish after finish. It's just it's exciting, man. This is the closest thing to a street fight, I guess. To me, like growing up type fights that you can get into. I feel like, and legally,
You know what is like the biggest selling point when we get people to like actually go to a live event? They cannot believe how fast paced like the whole entire production is. There's not a bunch of filler. There's not a bunch of filler bullshit in between fights. You don't have to wait 35, 40 minutes. You don't have to wait 30 minutes in between fights. It's like fight.
Yeah, I
can see 12 fights in 3 hours and get the hell out of there. That people.
Yeah, that's great, man. That's great.
Yep. Yeah. You start that. Yeah, that's great. I do love that because I do get too tired. I try to stay up and watch. It was boxing 2 weekends ago, right?
Crawford and Cannelo.
I was trying to stay awake. I couldn't do it. It was like co-main event. It's 12:30 a.m. They're just starting the fight, and I'm like, I gotta go to friggin' drill. Like I'm dying here. I can't stay awake anymore.
Yeah, I'm with you. They got to do something on the East Coast. It's horrible.
It is, and you got to dodge the internet the next morning. Like I wake up and I'm getting ready, and I'm like, oh, let me check what's going on. Oh wait, don't look.
You can't.
Right.
Yeah.
Then I'll get the friggin' results, and I don't want them, so I got to dodge it all day and talk. And then I see people that I know in our unit.
Oh, did you see them? Yeah.
I will stay over there. Don't talk to me. Don't say anything. I got to run away from them. I hate that. I don't want to do that all day. Oh my God.
Cool.
Yeah, it gets crazy. We like when we first started covering, like we just randomly said, hey, Kyle's like, I'm just going to start a podcast. We met on deployment for like 7 years during lunchtime. We're talking about combat sports, UFC, whatever. People are like, you guys should do something because you never shut up about combat sports. Kyle says, hey, I'm going to start it during COVID. I'm bored. I'm just going to do it with my phone. He starts it. He starts getting all these people from BKFC that want to come on. And they, it was legalized in 2018. First card was in Cheyenne, Wyoming. And it wasn't that popular then. So like people wanted to get onto the show. Kyle's like, sure, I'll get these people on. Eventually we're like, let's start a friggin' show and we'll just talk about BKFC fights because we keep getting all these fighters on. Eventually we go to Knucklemania 1 where Paige Van Zandt debuted, right? When we went there and watched that live, that's what was like hook, line, and sinker for me. Because the second we heard that, like that raw punch collide in that arena, it blew my mind, like reverberated through everybody. You could tell the crowd could almost feel it.
Yeah.
And it was like, we looked at each other like, holy shit, this is the real deal. And we had been to a lot of events, but just seeing that in person was absolutely incredible. And I was like, I need to get to as many of these in my life as I can. And we've been diehards ever since. I mean, it is very fun, fast paced, and everybody understands it. You know what I mean? Who doesn't?
Yeah, no, I
understand
mean
it?
everyone
Like,
understands punching people. That's pretty easy to get.
yeah.
Yeah.
My grandmother can watch this.
Yeah, exactly. I love it's a throwback. You know, this is a throwback of a sport. It's going back. We're going, going to the good old days when everything was bare knuckle. You know, it's
Yeah.
it's grimy. I feel like when this came out, I was still obviously in the UFC, but I was like, damn, I don't know. I feel like I got to do this. In my mind, I kind of thought that. I didn't think I would just because. I fought so long and whatnot, but yeah, I'm glad I'm able to get an opportunity at this.
It's going to be, this will be our 47th event that we've gone to with them.
So.
Ever since they approached us to be on their app. We've been trying to get to as many as possible, but like we said, we're still full time for the Army, so it's like it's fucking hard to get. I would go to every single last one of them if I could, but
yeah, I'm ready.
I'm ready. Doesn't work out with our job.
I'm ready to retire too.
Yeah.
We're ready to hang it up. So hey, you and Jimmy are friends. This is going to be a nice fun scrap for you. What do you before we wrap up with you, like, what would you say to your longtime loyal Frankie Edgar UFC fans that are hesitant to jump on board with you here? Like, what do you got to say to them?
Yeah, I mean, if they're, I don't know. I never did any of this for fans. You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong. I appreciate the fans. I understand that's why they allow us to do this for a living because of fans. But I'm doing this for me. And I put my heart and soul into it. So the fans usually enjoy that. And that's how I give it back to the fans, by giving my all to it. And I get that maybe some people are concerned because of, just the safety of this sport. And I'm a little bit older or whatnot. But, this is what I do. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I've been doing this for too long to just walk away that easy. So if they don't get it, hey, I feel you, but I'm not that concerned with it.
Right. And like you said, like, you've been reinventing yourself throughout your entire career. Your 155 run was absolutely legendary, of course. And then as you got later on in your career, you had to kind of reinvent yourself a little bit, go down to 145, make a couple title shots at the title there, eventually at 135. Would you say this is like the craziest reinvention of Frankie Edgar so far in your fighter career? The fact that you're taking off the gloves and doing this, or is this just another day? Another Frankie Edgar.
Yeah, honestly, I think it's just fitting. It's fitting. If like you really know the person I am, the people that really know me, like I was a fighter before I was a wrestler. I was a fighter before I was a black belt. I was a fighter before I was a UFC champion. You know what I mean? And I'll always be a fighter. And this is just the epitome of being a fighter. This sport.
It's the same. It's like basically like almost the same answer we got from Eddie when he was on here the first time. We were like, you had such an illustrious career in MMA. Like, was this just a natural progression for you? And he's like, man, I had like 400 fucking street fights.
Yeah.
Before I ever started fighting professionally. He's like, you know what I mean? Like, it's
the nature of it out here.
Yeah. The nature of the beast. Now, and my last question for you, and then Mike can wrap up with you as well. You go out there, you have a blast with Jimmy, you get a win. Would there be like another name in your mind, like from your MMA career? Somebody in the comments section said that you against Clay Guida and BKFC would be phenomenal. Is there like a name that, rings in your head a little bit? Like, if I go out there and I have a blast and I beat Jimmy, I would love to run it back with this guy, or I would like to scrap with this guy. Somebody like that in the BKFC?
There's really not that I'm thinking of, man. I'm just, especially when I got to worry about Jim. Jimmy's going to be a handful on Saturday. And, maybe someone will come to mind after the fight if it all goes well. But, I was never one to call anybody out. You know, I was the only person I ever called out was whoever had the title. You know, at the time. So as far as like old people, you know, I would always love a get back at someone that got me. You know what I mean? But you can't dwell on that stuff either. You know,
For sure. Nah, man, we're excited to see you in there for sure, and I love that answer, Mike. Do you have anything for Frank?
Listen, very, very excited to see you fight. I was really, I was out of the loop when they announced your fight. I was all away at school for the military in Utah, so I was barely paying attention to anything for 2 weeks, and then I put it on my phone and I see they signed you. I was like, holy shit, what the hell's going on here? Like snuck right in. So I am very excited. I know everybody in the comments section is losing their mind. They're excited. We will be there next week. We'll absolutely talk to you. We'll be at the press conference, the weigh-ins, and the fight. So can't wait to cover that. I'm sure you're excited as well. And everybody, if you're watching and you're on the fence, which I don't think we have anybody on the fence, there better not be. Edgar versus Rivera, October 4th, BKFC 82, Newark, New Jersey, at the Prudential Center. This is going to be a massive card. And we'll be sitting on the sideline watching you, Frankie, with our last guest, Johnny Garbarino. We'll be eating some of those cannolis. And we'll just
there
be
you go.
chilling out because, you know, so hell yeah, we'll have to save some for you.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much. Thank you
Guys,
so
hey,
much for coming
yeah.
on.
Yeah, no, my pleasure, man. Good talking to you guys, and I will catch you guys out there, man. Can't wait.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Everybody else, stay tuned. We'll be right back after this.
Thanks a lot, Frankie.
Peace, man.
Take it
All
easy.
right, boys. Be good, guys. Thanks.
Later.
Fought in 3 divisions.
Boxers. BKFC 81 in Manchester. These UK fighters, they bring it. The Gall versus Floyd. I mean, 2 high-level boxers. Who's going to be able to transition over to bare knuckle? We're going to find out September 27th. Knockdown number 2. That is it.
I'm doing this to prove a lot of other people wrong and show what I'm really about. The fight will end with my hand being raised as the winner.
Left to the body and a clean knockdown. Johnny Ferea. And there's a left hand on the counter and down goes Ruslan Tartarov. And the win for Nabi Mansouri. Hard left hook to the body, another big left and another with Lister.
This body work is phenomenal by Lister.
Welcome to BKFC, Joe Lister.
Another historical night in Manchester.
Yes. Hello. Man.
They just keep rattling off these cards, Mike. They just keep rattling off these cards. It's freaking another banger this weekend. Dude, I gotta tell you right now, the 2 guests that we had on tonight, I like both of these gentlemen very, very much. I've been a very long time fan of Frankie Edgar's, just like yourself.
Yeah.
You know, the trilogy, the trilogy, his fight with BJ Penn, like the dude is an absolute legend, Hall of Famer in the UFC, and we got to actually chop it up with him a little bit tonight. That is just something that I never thought we were going to do. Mike and I were talking about this, guys. Listen to this. Now that Frankie was on the show, this is the 9th UFC champion that we have interviewed.
Yes.
Throughout our 5 years of doing this podcast, 9 of them. I never thought I would talk to a single fucking UFC champion. You know what I mean?
Never.
It's just wild to me that this shit keeps happening to us. And we get to go down there to Newark next week and meet these guys in person and see them fight for real. Like see him and Jimmy Rivera throw down in the squared circle. It's kind of like mind-boggling to me.
It really is. And before we move on to giving away the signed Jessica Borga plaque, courtesy of the Extreme BKFC fans page, I'm going to say that I never thought that we would ever be talking to any UFC champions or even any type of fighter at all, unless it was at an event, maybe catching a picture with somebody or saying hello by running into them on the way to the bathroom. You know what I'm saying? But it all happened because Kyle decided to just take his phone, which every single person watching the show has a phone, right? You have one. And you text people every single day. And today or tomorrow, you can decide to text 200 to 300 people if you would like to. Nothing is holding you back from doing that. And if that's not your thing, whatever is your thing, you can just start it whenever. Instead of tomorrow, it should be today, and you just do it. All right? Just do it, because he did it. And then I jumped on the bandwagon there, and we started something together. And here we are 5.5 or so years later with all of you, with Frankie Edgar on the podcast. And we've had the likes of Tito Ortiz on before, right? And we have Ben Rothwell is I would say at least maybe more than an acquaintance at this point, because we've hung out with him. We've had him on the show a number of times. And when we see him, he's always very polite, and we speak like we are friends. Never in my life would I have ever thought that I could say that. And it was all because of just doing something that you want to do now. And John Morgan, as Big Ben said, yes, we did have him on, and that is fantastic. And we get to brush shoulders with Conor McGregor. And then, of course, all of the awesome BKFC stars that we've met over the years as well. So
yeah, great people.
It has been awesome. And it's only because we just said one day, like, hey, why don't we just do this? And we fucking did it. So if you have something you want to do, just fucking do it. Anyways.
You want to know what? To caveat off of that, I got to give Amy props, my wife. Everyone knows I've talked about Amy a bunch of times, and everyone knows Amy is the the supportive person in the background that I have. Mike's got Stephanie, I got Amy. Now, Amy, during COVID, I was doing I was like guest hosting this MMA podcast with a guy named Bob. And when COVID hit, Bob just didn't really want to do episodes anymore. Well, I mean, he did, but it was very few and far in between. And when I would go on that show, we would always wrap up the episode and then bullshit for a little while. And he would always tell me, just start your own podcast. Just start your own podcast. You do great. You should just do your own thing. So I'm like home one day, and Amy says, why don't you just start your own podcast? She's like, just do it. Like, what are you waiting for? You love doing this shit. Just fucking do it. So I'm like, all right. So I sit down on the couch, like Mike said, and I literally started an Instagram page I came up with a name first. I'll wrap this up quick, but I wrote my name down on a piece of paper. My name is Mish. And I'm like, what can I call this fucking thing? And then I remembered that a guy in the Army used to call me Missionator all the time. So I just put apostrophe N next to my name, Mission. And then I wrote the word accomplished next to it. And there was the only thing I wrote on the piece of paper. And I said, Amy, what do you think about mission accomplished? And she was like, that's perfect. Came up with the name, first shot, and then sat there. I made the Instagram page and then DM'd 390 fucking fighters. 390. Introducing myself, letting them know that I'm really a nobody, but I'm a diehard combat sports fan, and I would just love to talk to you. And if you're interested, I would love to have a conversation. And that's what happened. We just fucking started talking. And then next thing you know, BKFC fighters started coming on. Next thing you know, Mike comes on to help me out. And the rest is history. And November 11th of 2025 will be our 5-year anniversary. So I started it on November 11th, Veterans Day 2020. And we'll hit 5 years November 11th this year. It's fucking crazy.
Yeah, it is awesome. So this was just like a little background / inspirational moment here for you guys that we got into real quick. So definitely take that to the bank. It is the thing. I actually saw a post which I saved yesterday, and it was actually it was like a meme kind of like picture, right? And it showed. I wish I could share it, but I'm not going to be able to find it and share it right now. It was like a picture of a young guy. It was just like a blue background, and it had like a young guy, his head, and it had a bunch of heads, and he's getting older, and then a skull at the end. And it just said, tomorrow. And then he was dead, right? Because that's what it is. People put things off. We're procrastinators. I'm a procrastinator. I do it all the time. And it's really just saying, stop fucking procrastinating and do it now because tomorrow's not promised. So there's our fucking motivation for the night, right? So let's get to the other motivation for tonight, which is Jessica Borga. She's a big motivation of mine. I can tell you that right now. And we do have a signed plaque right here, probably one of one. We'll pretend it's one of one. Russ, don't tell them if it's one of two. We'll just pretend that at least it's one of one. And it could be.
We honestly don't know. It could be one of one. I don't know.
He just hasn't told us.
But hey, the question is, earlier tonight, who won the one? Was it Wesley Killeagle?
Yes, and the rules are the rules. No coaches, no fighters of BKFC can win this plaque.
For those just tuning in, earlier tonight we gave away the Christine Ferea plaque to Wesley Killeagle, and he won by answering the question of how many times has Christine Ferea successfully defended her title. It was 5, and now this time you're going to have to do a little math because our question for Jessica Borga to win that signed plaque, what is Jessica Borga's total combined in-ring time in the BKFC? Total amount of time she has spent in the BKFC squared circle fighting. And I give you a hint, it's not long. Right? she's 3-0. So
you can start at 1 second and just start working your way up.
No, so she's 3-0. She has 3 stops. And of course, the last one was an out cold knockout that we never thought we would see in the BKFC.
Dude, are you paying attention to the comments?
No, I'm not.
Holy shit! How is this possible?
Somebody got it in the second guess.
How is this even possible? That somebody got it that fast.
Okay, Adrian Cantu. I hope I said his name right. Adrian Cantu. The total.
Did you already have that? He must already have known. He must be a big fan of Jessica Borga, right? And BKFC.
He must be a massive fan.
Must know.
So the answer, that was a great. Congratulations, Adrian. You just won that. So Adrian wins with 2 minutes and 28 seconds total, with 1 minute and 15 seconds in ring versus Sarah Click.
Mind is blown. That was very fast.
Yeah, 41 seconds against Katarina Liner, and then 32 seconds against Hannah Rankin. Total combined time, 2 minutes and 28 seconds. Incredible, Adrian. Congratulations.
I think it took Kyle and I longer to come up with
to do the math
on that than it did for you to come up with the answer earlier. I had to do the math, and then I did the math again. And then before we went live, I did the math for a last time to make sure I didn't fuck it up.
That's amazing. So, hey, Adrian Cantu, if you can do me a favor, I don't know where you are located in our
It seems like Russ knows. Russ says Adrian is awesome. We always know Russ knows everybody.
Okay, so
Russ,
if
Russ
Adrian
talks to us like we know all these people and we do all this. We're gonna a little secret out here. Russ knows more people than we do. I think. Russ knows so many people.
Oh, Adrian, we know Adrian.
He doesn't give himself credit.
Is he one of the New Mexico boys that we hung out with in Albuquerque?
Possibly.
And they
don't
made
take offense.
I believe they made a trip.
Is very bad.
I think they also made the trip up to Denver,
Colorado.
I'm in Colorado.
So,
we hung out with them at Tom's Watch Bar in Colorado, in Denver. So congratulations to them. Adrian, do me a favor. Hit me up on our Instagram page and send me your address so we can get the plaque sent to you. Same with you, Wesley Killeagle. Get on Instagram, DM me your address so we can get you guys those plaques right away. Okay. Congratulations to both of you. Now, with that said, I'm going to give a shout out to our sponsor one more time. Full Blast. Look at that shirt that Mike's wearing right there. Let's show that again. Let's see it. Look at that. Oh, yeah. Full Blast. Hold nothing back. Get over to www.fullblastclothing.com. Check out their options for their clothing line. Super comfortable t-shirts, comfortable hoodies. And Get on to their Instagram as well. Follow them at Full Blast Clothing on Instagram as well. They are for the fighters. They are for the fans. Hold nothing back in the ring and in life. With the Mike and Mish show, with Johnny Garbarino, with Frankie Edgar. Hold nothing back. Full blast. Let's go.
Hell
Mike,
yeah.
hell of a fucking show.
Hell of a show. That was very, very awesome. Loved it. Now listen, every single episode, I don't really like it. Yeah, sure. It gets easier as time goes on, but I always still get a little bit of a feeling in my stomach and my body of just wanting to be able to perform the best and give off the best information to the people who are watching, who are going to take their time to watch us. I always want us to do very well and just try to be the best that we can be for you guys. But today was a day that I felt like it was a little bit more about myself and Kyle. And no offense to everybody watching, but it was a very exciting day, thinking to have such a legend on the show that we respect so much. So very, very awesome moment today. I love this episode. Johnny Garbarino, very new fighter, but I do enjoy talking to him, and I cannot wait to see where his career takes him. And we will be in New Jersey next week. But normally we don't do a show when we travel usually. But next week, Kyle, are we doing a show?
We are doing a show. So a few weeks back, we had Ian Heinisch on, and we had Reed Krasowski, who was going to fight Charles Rosa. We had Charles Rosa on. Well, we talked about it. And on that same card, there are two twin brothers that in the last BKFC Ice Wars event, they were only the 10th identical twin brothers to fight on the same professional fight card. They also both got knockouts on that card. And I don't know if that's ever been done before. They might be the only two identical twins to ever fight on the same card and both get knockouts. They did that night. But also, I believe Nick Laporte is a star on a show called Shoresy, and it's a comedy hockey show. We are going to have both twin brothers, Nick and Will Laporte, on the show next week. They're going to come on, and they're going to hype up their event at the Emirates Bank Arena just a week after the BKFC 82 card down in Florida, in the home of the Stanley Cup champion Panthers. These two gentlemen are going to be performing once again. I thought we had, look at this. Yeah, here they are right here. These two guys are going to be on the show next Wednesday night on a week that we are traveling. We normally wouldn't do a show, but we're going to get these two boys on because they're going to fight the week after. And I'm willing to bet this is going to be an entertaining one for sure.
Put them in a body bag.
Put them in a body bag. So we're going to talk to the Laporte brothers next Wednesday. Then Mike and I are going to travel down next Thursday. There's a press conference. Be on the lookout for time on that one because you're going to want to watch that. If there's Mike Perry, Jeremy Stevens, the ladies in the Queen of Violence fight, you get them on stage again. Frankie, Edgar, Jimmy, who knows who else is going to be there? Maybe Connor will be there. You're not going to want to miss the press conference next Thursday
for this event.
Yeah. And then the weigh-ins Friday, the event Saturday, and then we go home Sunday. Mike, it's a hell of a run that we're on right now. And you know what? The week after that, we already have a show too. We're going to have some guys from Jackson Wink coming on. Marat Kilmatov and Beksad Usmanov are both going to come on the week after. So,
yep, we got a lineup.
We got a lineup for you guys. So with that said, Mike, do you got anything else that you want to say tonight, or you ready to wrap this thing up?
I'm ready to wrap it up. We're almost an hour and a half into this thing. I don't know if anybody in the comments has any questions before we go, and before we leave you with the weekend. And then next week, man, it's on. I cannot wait. This is going to be great. Great episode, Kyle. I loved it.
Oh, hey, hold on. So Savage Combat Sports Media, Ron is in the comment section right there.
Yes.
He says, I wish Ice Wars was gloveless, though.
We
had Ian Heinisch on the show a couple weeks ago.
Back up.
And that was one of the things that we said to him.
Read this
that
up
this
here.
Yep. Look at no
sticks, no pucks, no goals, no gloves, just fights.
And Ron, it's going to be on real ice. This will be the first BKFC Ice Wars on real ice, not the synthetic ice. So they are dropping the gloves and they're fighting on real ice. So this is going to be the closest thing to a real hockey fight that they've. So they made the changes. They heard the people asking for it. No more MMA gloves on the ice and no more synthetic ice. Real ice, bare knuckle fights. It's going to be fucking awesome. We'll talk to those guys about it next Wednesday. Hell of a show, Mike. Everybody else, enjoy your weekends. Enjoy the fights in Manchester. And we'll see you next week. What do you got to say, Mike?
All I got to say is